Hello and welcome to another fly tying session with your host Scott. In this session I'm going to be tying a fly called the Competition Special Cormorant. The Cormorant is a competition pattern born from the draconian rules of limiting flies to 15/16 of an inch long, and this was tournament fishermen's way of getting around those rules and trying to get some sort of lure pattern with plenty of movement in that tiny space. And cleverly, they basically created a fly with no tail, but a wing of marabou. You can go as far as you like in that direction. It's that direction that they measure your fly. So there we are. And the possibility for variation is also endless with the cormorant. The best way to think of a cormorant pattern, so it helps you vary yours, is it is basically a buzzer pattern with a marabou wing. And so long as you think like that, you'll be able to tie lots and lots of different variations and fill a fly box very, very quickly. So to tie this particular one, you're going to need a uni thread in fire orange. This one's in 8/0 size. In the vise, I've got a Camazan B405 in size 10. Just as an interesting side note, I've found out that the Camazan B830 in size 14 has a shank length that is exactly the same size, or very close anyway, to a size 10. I think it's like a millimetre shorter. No, it is exactly the same length. So if you wanted to tie the same pattern on a much lighter, smaller hook, for those fish that are a little bit more spooky, that might be an option as well. So you could tie it on a size 10 or a size 14 B830, completely up to you. For the rib, I'm going to be using a medium sized pearl tinsel. This one's by Lure Flash. And for the body, I'm going to be using a very thinly barbed peacock herl. It's actually this really thin stuff up by the eye that I'm going to be using. You just want it to, it just gives you a slight hint of legginess, as it were, or furriness. And then for the wing, we're going to be using some black marabou. This is white marabou I've dyed myself black. I don't know whether you guys have ever bought black marabou from the shop and found that it is actually closer to purple. Oh, well, it's really quite annoying. They don't use enough dye, or they don't dye it for long enough. So you end up with purple marabou, dark purple, which is no good to anybody. Anyway, I'm going to come in at the eye with the thread and run it down to where the bend starts. On this particular pattern of hook, it is between the point and the barb when you let the thread dangle. Then I'm going to tie in a length of this tinsel. Like so. Then I'm going to get 2 pieces of this peacock herl. Like I say, it's very sparsely barbed. It's quite thin, let's just say. I think that's the best way to put it. Now I'm going to take the thread back up to the eye, got a head length away from the eye, and tidy up. Like so, and then I'm going to start winding the body. and then tie that off. And we'll wind the tinsel the other way. You want to use fairly close turns with this tinsel. You just want the slightest hint of peacock herl poking through. There we go, and then tie it off at the head. And if some cormorants are tied with either goose biot or jungle cock cheeks as well, you can do this with this particular pattern as well if you like. But I'm trying to keep it simple for the beginners. And then we're going to get some black marabou. And the rule of thumb is no longer or no more than a thumb's width of marabou. So you want to get your thumb up to your feather and pull off a thumb's width. Like so. And bunch it up. You can strip some of this away if you want, just to make it easier to tie in and less bulky. And drop in a wing in loop. Like so. And trim away the excess. Another reason why you only use a thumb's width is because it can get quite busy in there. That does look a bit thin to me. I might add just a little bit more. I suppose it depends on the actual feather itself in the end, but that's more like it. Now once you've got the quantity that you prefer, you want to go just beyond the bend of the hook and pinch it off. Don't cut with scissors, and then start to form your head. Now the head's just as important on this pattern as the rest of it, because it's tied with a hot orange thread. That acts as an attractor as well. It's a hot spot, as it were. A nice head on it there, and then you just want a whip finish. And then varnish to finish. Now be very, very careful with the varnish. You don't want to get any on the marabou, because it will completely ruin the fly. So you're better off just dabbing it on, really. So people who don't fish competitions can use this fly as well. You don't have to be a competition angler to get the best out of this pattern. If he catches fish for them, he can catch fish for the pleasure angler as well. So there we are. That is the competition special cormorant. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.